We need food to live, and yet we use it for so much more. From a very young age, we develop a variety of social and emotional connections to it. Although many people have the knowledge of what food is best for their health, their actual nutritional choices frequently don't reflect that knowledge. That is because we often use food not only to sustain ourselves, but also as a way to cope with many different emotions and experiences. Without even realizing it, you might be an emotional or mindless eater. And when you have diabetes, that can have some serious repercussions on your physical and psychological well-being. Stop for a second and consider if you don't frequently find yourself in the emotional eating cycle, which may look like this. Whenever something happens that upsets you, you turn to food for comfort. Once you start, it's hard to stop eating because the food makes you feel better. You end up overeating and feeling guilty about your choices. Soon enough, the situation repeats itself. The thing about emotional hunger is that it cannot be satisfied with food, although that may not stop you from trying. Worse yet, emotional eating is often accompanied by guilt over the extra calorie intake. Adding to the problem, emotional eating stops you from learning other techniques to deal with your problems. In time, you might have more and more problems with controlling your weight, and you feel increasingly worse over food. But no matter how you feel now, you can still learn healthier ways to deal with your emotions, avoid triggers, and conquer cravings for the sake of your mental and physical well-being. Before you make the decision to eat, you need to understand whether or not you are seeking out to satisfy the emotional hunger or the actual stomach hunger, in which case you need food for nourishment. Stomach hunger comes on gradually. It can wait until you find a comfortable moment to eat. With stomach hunger, you feel satisfied when you're full, and afterward, you don't feel a sense of regret. Emotional hunger, on the other hand, comes on suddenly, and you feel the urgency to satisfy it as soon as possible. With emotional hunger, you might crave specific comfort foods, and it's hard to achieve satisfaction even after you're full. Emotional eating causes feelings of guilt, powerlessness, and shame. The first step in reining in your emotional hunger is to identify what triggers it in the first place. The most common types of emotional hunger triggers are stress. When stress is constant, our bodies produce a stress hormone called cortisol, which triggers our cravings for salty, sweet, and fried foods. All of them might give bigger bursts of energy, but they also will not keep you full for long. Emotions. No surprise there. Everyone sometimes turns to food to deal with anger, sadness, anxiety, or feelings of loneliness. Food helps to numb down these emotions. The thing is, they reappear soon enough. Social influence. It's easy to overeat when the food is right there on the table during a group gathering. Sometimes it's hard for us to imagine inviting someone over or visiting someone without food being involved. On the other hand, we might also overeat out of nervousness and anxiety if we are unused to certain social situations. Whenever you feel the urge to eat, try to understand what kind of emotion you're experiencing. If you are feeling lonely or depressed, instead of turning to food, make yourself reach out to a friend or a family member. Although it might not always be that easy, try to remember that a lot of people feel that way, and another person might be just as happy to hear from you. If you're feeling anxious, take out your training mat and do a workout. Or crank up your favorite song and try to dance your worries away. Another way to deal with your anxiety is to take a walk outside. When your comfort foods look appealing just because you're exhausted and feel like you need a pick-me-up, try to enjoy a cup of tea, light a scented candle, and relax under a blanket. And whenever you feel bored, instead of eating, try to read a good book, watch a movie, immerse yourself in a new topic, and try to discover things that excite you. The opposite of emotional eating is mindful eating. Try to slow down and appreciate your food. Pay more attention to taste and texture. When you decide to eat, give your full focus to that instead of doing other activities at the same time. When we eat while watching TV or, again, hanging out with friends, we tend to overeat and miss the signals our bodies give out when they're full. In addition to that, manage emotional hunger better by reinforcing other healthy habits in your daily life. Don't forget to exercise. Daily workouts work wonders for your mood and energy levels. Aim for 8 hours of sleep every night. When you don't get enough sleep, you might find yourself craving sugary foods because they give you a burst of energy. Make time to relax and treat yourself. It's important to have time every day to unwind and recollect. Don't wait until the weekend. Last but not least, start a food and mood diary. Document how you feel after each time you eat and evaluate how your current habits are affecting your mental health. Everyone is different and our needs are unique. Find the pace you are comfortable with and start making a change now. Are you an emotional eater? How do you deal with it on a daily basis? Share in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more interesting content. Check out these videos for more information on diabetes management.